Hey everyone, it's Alex here, and welcome to Virtual Chats. And today on the show, we're pleased to welcome, in my opinion, one of metal's most underrated and most prolific riff writers of all time. I'm serious, man. Eric Peterson from Testament. So, Eric, I just want to say thank you so much for spending some time to chat with me. I'm a big Testament fan. I've been a fan for a long time now, since I was in high school, and I've gotten to see you guys live like many, many times. And I actually did get to interview you a couple times before. Not going to ask if you remember that, but it's always great to talk to you. So, thank you for joining me once again.
Nah, no worries. Thank you.
All righty. So, you're down in Sacramento.
Yeah.
How's the weather down there right now?
I haven't been outside. I was in Kentucky over the weekend. We did this Louder Than Life festival,
I
but when I got home yesterday, it was pretty warm out. So I think today it's a little cooler. I mean, summer's over, so it should be
yeah
getting cooler out.
yeah it's going like back and forth between hot and cold now.
Yeah.
So
But yeah,
I
it's been
yeah, I kind of don't mind that actually.
hey, it's summer, it's hot.
Yep. So the cool thing right now is that everyone's excited about it is you got the new album Parabellum coming out October 10th. I've been listening to it for the past like couple weeks, and
No,
it's
cool.
another absolute beast of an album as expected. There's a wide variety on this record, and that's always been one of your strongest suits. But at the same time, you guys are still so on top of your game. Like, did you find the fountain of youth or something along the way?
I think, I mean, not having to write a record like we used to do like every year gives you a little bit more time to find the right. I mean, it is only 10 songs, so and songs are 3 to 5 minutes. I think just finding the right riffs and then building off them. There I think all the different styles are just from different periods of time, riffs that we've had. I mean, I'm still reaching in sometimes to some of the older riffs that I've had. Like the beginning of Parabellum is from, believe it or not, is a heavy part when the Legacy had a heavy part. Not the album The Legacy, but the song The
Song,
Legacy.
yeah.
So there's stuff like that, a little here and there. But overall, it's pretty much all kind of new stuff. And yeah, I mean, it's just I think we're still having fun with it. So,
Yeah, for sure.
and getting new blood, new drummer,
Yeah, Chris Dovis.
jam yeah, jamming with, someone like I think anytime you get a new drummer, you're jamming something new, it's more about the music and the participation is more sincere, I think.
Speaking of Chris Dovis, and I think the one thing aside from his like tremendous skills and all that he brings, I think one thing that many people may notice or maybe may talk about here and there is the age difference. Like he's the youngest member in the band right now. For you, with that generation gap, how's the chemistry between the two of you guys, given the age difference or generation gap?
Well, I mean, we're in modern times, so there's a lot of stuff is, everyday life is the same for everybody. But yeah, it's not like, I'm getting somebody from Elvis's band in the 50s and I'm in the 70s and I'm a hippie. I mean, it used to be really decades apart, but for some reason in the 2000s, everything's kind of not really changed,
Yeah.
if that makes any sense. So, and, I think from his schooling and just, his dad's a metalhead, he was very much influenced and listens to the same kind of stuff we did.
Yep.
Um, I mean, first question I would ask someone of that age is, have you ever tripped on Deep Purple or UFO or what about Rush? He's all Rush. I love Hemispheres, and I'm like, dude, that's my favorite record.
Nice.
So the technicality of those kind of records, and then of course, for me in Testament, I'm probably the only one that listens to Dissection and Emperor and
Yep.
knows about, Watan and stuff like that. Like, I don't think any of the other guys listen to that. But Chris is like, oh yeah, so right away we're just like two peas in a pod. Like, you know,
Yep.
I
And
remember one time I think I played it for him, but we were pretty buzzed. But then we were jamming on it, and he thought we wrote a new song. He's the next day he said, that's the best song ever, Dad. And I think we recorded it, and when he goes, yeah, that song, and I'm like, oh, that's a Dragon Lord song. And it was Wolf Hunt, and he's like, "Oh man, I thought we wrote something like," and I go, "Yeah, hey, you played the drums a little bit different, but it's pretty much right on par." So
Yep.
that's a lot of fun. So yeah, me and him together, definitely uh, kind of think the same.
Absolutely. And there's definitely quite a good amount, a healthy amount of the black metal influence on the record as well. That you mainly having like Dragon Lord, but over the last few releases with Testament, you've been like starting to dabble into your black metal side as well.
Just a little bit. I mean, I'm still keeping it in the Testament fashion. It's just there's these hints and flavors of it. It's not straight up, you know. Well, the first song's pretty crazy. I mean, there's some moments where you're like, is this a dissection song or what's going on?
Yeah.
Uh, especially when I'm singing on it. So it's got that, that flavor to it. But other than that, it definitely has the more, the newer Testament sound of the last, 4 or 5 records,
Yep.
kind of a vibe. So
Absolutely. And the song, one song in particular that I wanted to touch on that is a big standout for me is Meant to Be.
mm.
It's so insanely epic, and I heard Chuck mention that this song was a culmination between two demos, that one that you wrote and one that Alex wrote, and then you meld them together. How long did it take to put this song together?
Well, I mean, he's right. They're riffs that me and Alex had. I don't. We didn't take our demos and put them together. But what happened was Alex and I wanted to write a nice ballad, and we worked on it on the last record, like in 18.
Mhm.
And there was a lot of parts, and we just I don't think we couldn't agree on what was going to be taken out and what we're going to do. So we kind of put it on the back burner. When we revisited it, it was very obviously you know what we needed to take out to make the song work. And yeah, it just it came together really quickly, I think. And it was
Nice.
it was obvious what riffs needed to stay and what needed to go. And yeah, we were real excited, especially when in my head, what I wanted to do with it. When I showed Chris it, um, the only thing that changed was we took out the drums in the beginning, which is something that we've always wanted to do and be more influenced by maybe like the Scorpions or something like that, with the total late 70s, early 80s kind of, you know,
Yep.
formulation of a song like that. And then also getting heavy at the end is something that we used to do, especially like with the ballad,
Yeah.
one of our first songs that we recorded. So, when, Chuck was like, so I keep hearing about this song, when am I going to hear it? So when he finally heard it, I think he took to it right away, and he had a melody that just was strong. And yeah, I mean, it's one of my favorites. I've always known, even when it wasn't arranged right on the last record, that it was going to be, because the stuff that we had was so strong.
Yeah.
But now that it's done, when I listen to it, I always kind of get goosebumps. I'm just like, wow, this is really cool. It's up to par with our older stuff.
Absolutely. I
And then
felt, yeah, go ahead.
the production, sorry, the production of it just
Yep.
really helps too.
Yeah, for sure. I referred to this song as like a mixture of, say, like the song "The Legacy," "Cold Embrace," and little hints of the ballad, and also a bit of "Return to Serenity" as well. So that's the way I look at it. It's a good combination of, like, all of your best ballads all into one.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely. I mean, it's got all the influences of from what we've done in the past. Trying different stuff out. Um, some of the other songs that you had mentioned, they're all great, but some of them, maybe they're too long in some certain parts. I mean, people have grown to how they were, but when I hear them, I think this one has the perfect amount of the parts without redoing more, another verse. Oh my God, why did we
Yeah,
do that? There's
yeah,
some songs where I'm like, why did we do 5 verses there? It's just
yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, it works out really good. And yeah, I think it's to me it's one of the top. Well, we don't have that many of them, but I think it's definitely one of the top ones now in my books.
I
And
definitely
I can't
definitely.
wait for people to hear it, man. I'm
Oh,
excited.
same here. Like, I keep telling my friends about it. Wait till you hear this song. And the cool thing is that it's the longest song in the record. It's over 7 minutes. But when I was listening to it, I felt it was like 3 or 4. which is always a sign of a good song.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, we were even talking like if we went to radio with it, but I don't even know what that means anymore, going to radio with the song, because streaming's such a big thing now.
Yeah,
And people can do whatever they want. They can listen to and have their own, if you have Apple Music, you can make your own list and your own radio and stuff
yeah,
like that. But um yeah, I mean, there's some parts that I could probably cut out here and there to make it fit for, for 5 minutes. But and I think we even crossed those roads when we were writing, and I was just like, no, I don't want that part short. I
yeah,
don't,
yeah. I get it.
you know.
Yeah, and I've always said that you and Alex are not only like one of the best guitar teams in metal of all time, but I would say one of the best songwriting teams in metal. Talk about your evolution as a team and how you guys encourage each other and how you work as a writing team.
So on the songs that we do come up with together, it's like the yin and yang, so there's, in the past it was more so because we wrote a lot more together. On this one, I'm doing more of the writing, but on the ones that we do write together, I'm more of the brutality and the heaviness, and then Alex would bring in more melodic stuff, and we would put them together, and they would really, really work.
Yeah,
I've learned a lot since then, so I've learned to, add some melody and whatnot. But I think that's the big thing about the when we do go together is we still check each other on making sure that all the elements are there for the song, that it's got some melody, it's got some key changes. Um, you don't overdo stuff too much, and just make it right.
absolutely. And go back to Meant to Be real quick. What are the chances of you guys playing that song live?
Well, our upcoming tour right now, we are looking at playing the singles that we put out,
Yeah.
Infanticide AI and Shadows People, and I think we just rehearsed High Noon,
Hmm.
which is a brutal song.
It
I
is.
love that song. It's very busy. There's a lot going on guitar wise. It wasn't a song that we could just play right away. I mean, we were just like, God, there's so many notes and so much picking.
Yeah.
But and the good thing is we don't have to play it till after the 10th, so we can still rehearse it at sound check. But Meant to Be, I think for next year when we actually tour in the States, it's definitely going to be on the radar. And I think it's definitely gonna get played. Yeah.
For sure, because
Yeah.
I noticed that you guys started playing Return to Serenity again after a long time, and I think of all the times that I've seen you guys live, I don't think there was one time where you guys played like one of the ballads. So that'd be like a cool thing to do, put in like a headline set.
Yeah, I mean, since Return to Serenity came out, we never played it.
Yeah,
I don't know what. I mean, I know why, but yeah, it still baffles me. Like, why are we not playing the song?
yeah,
We did bring in the Legacy quite a few times here and there, especially like in South America or in Europe, in the States too. We did that. I think even when we did bigger tours, but um, I don't know. I just think we're more confident now. And our last tour in the States, we did the Practice What You Preach in its entirety,
yeah.
and we did an acoustic part, and we also did that. But I think we were doing all our ballads except for Cold Embrace.
Hmm.
I mean, we were doing Return to Serenity, we did the ballad, we did the Legacy, we did Trail of Tears, and I'm like, Jesus, we just did 4 ballads in the set.
Yeah.
But you know what? It worked. It
It
really
definitely.
worked. It worked. It was a lot of fun, and now Return is part of our set list always. It just
Absolutely.
goes over really good. I mean, the last time we played it in Europe and South America, I mean, we've seen people on the sides crying, and we're like, "What are you crying about?"
Wow, man.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
really cool.
Did you get people like to hold up their phones and light up the place?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So, something I've been kind of curious about Titans of Creation, the song "Catacombs" at the end. You used that song as your intro tape for a long time, like going back to the Brotherhood of the Snake tour cycle. Was that a song that you wrote that was an outtake from Brotherhood or from a long time ago?
So the riff has changed, but I mean, it was also the intro to the second song off of Low. Oh, Legions in Hiding.
Yeah,
So
That's
we had that, and but then, then we did the drone thing, dun 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 dun, which, was a different key,
yeah.
but we had this keyboard part that went over at Lyle from Dragon Lord came up with this part, and it just worked, and we were like, man, this is really cool. It just has like something's coming.
Oh yeah.
And to me, I want to keep it for our intro for all times, but we did use it a lot, and maybe in the future we'll use it again. But it's a heavy piece. I love it.
It definitely is. Like the first time I heard you guys use it, like it definitely gave off like you're saying something's coming, like we're about to head into battle or something. So yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely works really well for you guys coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, the melody's great, and it's just that whole drone thing. It's
Yeah.
the
And
orcs are coming.
yeah, the orcs. And that's also the first thing I noticed was it was the riff to Legions in Hiding. And I'm going like, is that another version of it? And that's why I was kind of curious about it. I wanted to ask you about it.
Yeah, I mean it's our music. It's my riff, so I just kind of stole it for myself.
Yeah.
And even though it doesn't, so Legions of Hiding's in C sharp, and it's got the counter riff that goes over it. So this one's in E flat, and it's got a whole different melody. So it's we're just using the background and the drone, the dun 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 dun,
Yep.
which isn't really a melody. It's just some power. It's
Yep.
like saying, you know, Over the Wall's got a thrash beat, so your new song's got thrash beat. So did you use Over the Wall? It's just something that it works.
Yep. Exactly. So I know you're also as far as like your interests go, I know you're into fitness as well, right?
Hmm.
What's your fitness routine like?
Yeah, I'm not like trying to like become a you know
Bodybuilder?
bodybuilder or anything like that. I just do it to stay in shape, and I just notice for my health and my mental capacity.
Yeah.
It just helps, every day, like getting up and feeling weird, just feeling kind of off. I think getting out and moving around, and getting some sun and just breathing heavy and getting your heart rate up. I always feel better throughout the day, and I sleep better. So what I do is I have a personal trainer, and I do CrossFit,
Yeah.
but I'm not climbing ropes all the way to the ceiling. I'm not doing burpees. I already told him I'm not doing any fucking burpees,
Right.
but but I will push a sled with some weight, and do some of the, you don't need to go to a gym and have a bunch of machines.
Yep.
He could do everything without any weights. There's just
Yep.
the push-ups and the um
Pull-ups.
push press, pull-ups, all that stuff. You know, yeah, that's what I kind of do. And it's so quick. The warm-up's like 10 minutes, and the workout could be anywhere from 5 minutes to 15 minutes.
And it's just like
Um,
go, go, right?
yeah, go, 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 go. So I love it.
So it's more like a almost like a cardio session, right?
There's cardio, and then there's heavy lifting days where you take your time, and we add, it's just push press
Yep.
with the bar, and just adding weights and trying to get up to a certain point.
Yep.
um you start doing 5 reps, and you just have to really hit it. My I think where I'm at is I get up to 145, and
Nice.
that's after doing, starting at 85 and putting fives on, and just you keep building, and you're doing, mind you, you're doing 5 every time. So by the time I get to 140, you're just kind of,
It's strong. Yeah.
you don't get that snap anymore.
Yep.
It's like riding a bike up a hill. You're just like, ugh.
Yep.
But it's great. I love it.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah, CrossFit's a good thing. You don't have to keep doing it, not getting on a bike and then just bustling through it and doing the rowing, and then getting off and doing, maybe some quick running here and there. I really like doing the running stuff where it's 30 seconds walk, 40 seconds run, and do
mhm,
like 20, and you just,
yeah.
because your body goes, okay, and then you start to melt, and then you go again. And
Yep.
the good thing is you keep burning.
Yep.
Your body keeps burning when you do stuff like that, rather than a continuous, even if you get up to a certain point and your body goes, okay, I'm here, and you stay there for a half hour. When you're done, you're done. But when you keep going up, and do you know about all this stuff?
Yep.
Kind of. Okay, so yeah, so when you go up and down, your body's like, what am I doing?
Yep, absolutely.
And
Because
I've noticed a difference too. I mean, I'm a lot more resilient and a little bit stronger, and
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
like, and that's why I wanted to ask you about the fitness because I'm really into it as well. How many
yeah.
days a week do you do CrossFit and everything else that you do?
Wh- When I'm at home, probably like 4 to 5 days. Like one day I'll do something on my own, but definitely, 3, 4 days a week. I usually do like um Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. Then the next time I'll start maybe Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Sunday. And then when I'm on tour, I kind of just, I'm already jumping around on stage and stuff. So in my room, I'll just do, you know, back and forth I'll do some lunges, do some squats, maybe do some weighted lunges with my backpack,
Right.
um, some push-ups. I like to do those push-ups where you're on the bed and you go down and you just kind of get
Oh, yeah,
your to work on your shoulders and stuff like that. I don't know what that's called. I To
yeah.
this day I've been working out with my trainer for like 5 years,
Yep.
and I'm like, what's that thing called? She's all push press, and I'm like, oh yeah, and she's like, it's just funny because I don't remember, some of the names of them. So,
Yeah. Did
AMRAP. I'm like, what's the AMRAP again?
yeah. Did you ever like work out to like follow along to any like fitness videos like P90X?
I did that in the beginning, yeah.
Nice.
And that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just doing all the punching and,
Yep.
some of the yoga stuff I was really into.
Yep.
For me, I just like to go somewhere and they go, okay, here, do this.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I'm like, yeah, I kind of skip, I'm like, you know, but now that I've been doing CrossFit, I noticed that it's a lot quicker.
Yeah.
So I make myself just do it.
Yeah.
There's that mentality where like, I'm already at 3 sets of threes or whatever. It's just do one more, you
Yeah.
know,
For sure.
and then you feel great after.
Yeah. And speaking of feeling great and keeping healthy, you guys are all certainly taking good care of yourselves, physically, but staying healthy mentally is just as important, if not more. Uh, in this day and age, we seem to be like inundated with so much doom and gloom, it seems all the time. But what else do you do to like maintain positivity and have a positive mindset?
Well, when I'm on the road, it's hard on the road, but I think there's a lot of resting on the road, but there's also a lot of anxiety kind of stuff. There's
Mhm.
a lot of meet and greets. There's stuff that's just boom, 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 boom. So I really try to just chill. Whether like especially in Europe, I like to go out early if there's not a lot going on. I like to go out and trip around and see the city, but you're there for the show, so excuse me, that's where we really explode.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
and traveling's even though you're sitting around in your airports, you're here, you're there, you're at the hotel. You got to go downstairs, and I mean it's not hard, but it's a lot of little things, and it's mentally you need your space where you go, okay, I'm playing the show.
Yeah,
At home, it's a whole different thing. So at home, working out, getting home, and then just doing stuff outside around the house, and it's more just keeping active, you know,
yeah.
and
Always like
trying to,
having something to do, right?
yeah, and just if you can't sleep, read. I always find that I always fall asleep with the book in my hand.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah.
So, being that Parabellum is coming out, you guys are kicking off the cycle next month in Europe with Obituary, Destruction, and Nervosa, and doing festivals next summer as well. Do you think we could probably expect to see guys headlining a tour over here, like sometime early in the year or at some point?
Yeah, we're working on something right now. So we're still waiting for our agent to put something together. Um, yeah, definitely. That's in the works right now for sure.
Definitely, because I'm up in Toronto, and like every guy you guys come up here like quite frequently. It's always a treat when you guys come through.
Yeah, I mean, we did that. We did a lot of Canadian dates with Creator, and
Yep.
that was a lot of fun. We didn't make it up on the practice thing. The practice thing was just us by ourselves. So we were like, well, let's test the waters. And we did a lot of cities because a lot of people are like, you're not coming to New York, you're not coming to San. We didn't even play our hometown.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we were just doing cities that we've never done before.
Yeah.
And it did really well by ourselves. We were surprised. I mean, there are smaller places, but every night was packed. So we were like, okay, this is something that we could do.
Yeah,
And we weren't sure because playing 2.5 hours every night, um, at our age and the stamina of the songs, it's a lot.
yeah,
But what I noticed is all the little breaks and talking and in the storytelling and switching to acoustic, it actually went by quicker and it was easier than
yeah,
doing an hour set where Chuck just plows us through the set and we're just like, ah.
yeah, exactly.
So, so it was
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean
Having
that,
those moments to rest, it definitely helps.
and we're going to do that again so that, the main markets like New York and Toronto, Montreal, San Francisco, LA, when when we re-release Souls of Black, we're planning on doing that again.
It's funny because
So
I
it'll not,
was actually gonna ask you if you're planning on doing Souls of Black or something.
yeah, and actually Souls of Black is going to get not remastered, but it's going to get remixed.
Oh, wow.
So we've already heard the Souls of Black track. We did 4 different people, Ghost, big name people, and we, instead of favoritism towards, oh, we want that guy, we just were asked, listen to these tracks, which one do you like? Do you like A, B, C, or D?
Yeah,
And we all were like, we all like C a lot.
yeah,
So
for
okay,
sure.
that's the guy that's gonna mix it. And we know who it is, but kind of keeping it quiet right now. But he's really good.
We'll just have to wait until the re-release
Yeah,
is
so it'll have the alternative cover we had,
oh,
um that I have a sketch of, and it's gonna have a lot of cool things on that one.
excellent. Because it's something that you guys are like doing to like the first few records. Like you released the Legacy and the New Order. You did one for Practice. So it was kind of wondering like, do you plan on doing Souls of Black or even the Ritual as well?
Yeah, I don't know about the Ritual yet, but Practice, we're just coming out with the remaster
Yeah.
coming up. And there's some really cool special stuff on that one. And that one sounds a little bit better to me. The mastering made it not so thin, a little bit more beefier.
Hmm.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. That's what's next up, maybe the new year that'll come out.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
Souls of Black to me is going to be a lot of fun because that one, the mix wise, was a little odd.
Hmm.
And when I heard this new one, it just had this more. I mean, we didn't re-record anything. It's
Yeah.
the original tracks, but um getting a facelift with a new mix of somebody today that's really got some sonically cool ideas and sounds. When I heard Souls of Black, I was just like, wow, that's kind of up there with some of our new stuff production wise.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound like Souls of Black. It sounds like the record, but just getting rid of some of those weird frequencies for me on the guitar, chainsaw sound was
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah. Definitely looking forward to hearing that as well. So
Yeah.
one last question, and then I'll let you go. You guys also mentioned that you've gotten a head start on already the follow-up to Parabellum to keep the train rolling. Just curious,
Yeah.
how far along in the writing process are you for that
um there's some good ideas. There's probably 6 ideas floating around. There's like 2 or 3 that are pretty solid, just musically. So none of the guys heard it except me and Chris.
one? Oh yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I got some good stuff. I'm excited, and it's the one in particular is just slamming. I mean, I was just like, man, I wish we could have put this on the new record, but we're like, well, guess what? It's gonna go on the next record.
yeah,
So very interesting. Some of those darker influences, but not so crazy fast, but just some really cool, different type of key changes and some really drone. Yeah, you got to hear it. It's gonna be killer.
yeah. Definitely looking forward to hearing that as well. So Eric, I just want to say thank you so much once again for spending some time to chat with me. I wish you
No
all
worries.
I wish you all the best with the Parabellum and
Thank you.
first going forward. Everybody watching, Parabellum is out October 10th on Nuclear Blast. So
Oh yeah.
when it comes out, trust me, this thing is a fucking monster. So just as you expect with Testament, the last few records since formation, they've been on a tear. So you will not be disappointed. Trust me on that. So
Right on, man.
all right. So thank
Cool.
you, and Eric. So I'll see you hopefully the next time you guys come to Toronto. I definitely would love to maybe hang in person again and chat again.
Yeah. maybe spring, beginning of summer, something like that we're looking at. So,
Cool.
Anywhere between February and May, that's the kind of the window we're looking at. So,
Cool. All right, man.
all right, we'll see you in
So
Toronto.
see you there, man.
All right, take care.
Take care.